Among the red flags, he carries a Maryland state ID available to certain visa holders, F, J, or M categories. His Social Security card was issued out of New York, and its validity is being questioned. And the kicker, his deportation order was issued in May 2024 by the Biden administration. A Democrat administration thought this man should have been deported. The craziest story I've come across in a long time, and that's saying something, is that the superintendent of the Des Moines School District, the superintendent of the Des Moines is that guy.
Mm-hmm.
He got pulled over and he flees the cops.
Why?
Because they're ICE cops. He flees. He abandoned his car. The ICE cops called the regular cops to come help him. They show up. They have canine. They find him 200 yards away from his abandoned car in the brush. This is the superintendent of the Des Moines School District. Flees the cops.
That's a nice suit. Did he ruin it?
Drops off his car, dumps his car. He gets caught 200 yards away from his abandoned car in the brush. And what they find in his car, they find a gun that's loaded. An illegal gun, and it's loaded. This is the superintendent of the Des Moines School District. But that's not even half of it. That's not, I'm not kidding. It's not even half of it. The headline from KTIV.com says Ian Roberts, the superintendent of Des Moines Public Schools, arrested by ICE. ICE said that it targeted Roberts for arrest by initiating a traffic stop on Friday while he was driving in his school-issued vehicle. So he gets almost $300,000 a year plus a school vehicle. Nice. It's a nice gig.
Nice.
And he was driving
by ICE.
After he fled. Officers discovered his vehicle abandoned near a wooded area. Roberts was arrested So why did he flee? Because he's here illegally.
Oh, I was going to say because he's innocent.
Because he's here illegally. He was given a deportation order in May of 2024. Who was president then? Oh, that's right. It was Joe Biden. So right. Joe Biden's immigration department issued a deport order on this guy, the superintendent of the Des Moines School District. And now they're making it look like it's Trump doing this.
I've never even heard of them doing that to anyone ever.
Right? As Joe Biden has the open border policy, he still wanted to deport some people. And the reason why they wanted to deport him was because he wasn't a citizen and he had a guns charge against him since 2020.
Oh, the gun charge. That's why the illegal gun. What, you telling me illegal immigrants can't have illegal guns? How are they supposed to get a legal gun?
Roberts was arrested the morning of September 28th by U.S. Immigration Customs Enforcement for allegedly being in the United States. I like how this is the AP now. Allegedly. No, he's here illegally.
It's a public record, you can see.
It's not alleged. The Joe Biden administration issued a deportation order.
The next line disproves the alleged in their own goddamn article. He received a court-issued. That's not an alleged court, right? It's a real court.
He received a court-issued final order of removal.
So how is this alleged?
A spokesperson for the department. So it's not alleged. But where are we supposed to deport him to? Don't you have to know where somebody's originally from for that idea to work? I don't know.
Not no more. He's going to El Salvador, where he's from.
Department of Homeland Security described him as a criminal alien and suggested he was a public safety threat. But at a news conference after his arrest, the board president of Des Moines Public Schools, Jackie Norris, said the superintendent was an integral part of our school community who has shown up in big and small ways for student and staff.
Okay.
What
you
else
have the
are they
jokes,
gonna
right?
say?
So here they are. So that's her. By the way, she used to be Michelle Obama's chief of staff, and now she's running for Senate.
Oh, well, and she sounds qualified.
She sounds very qualified. Well, listen to this. Here we go.
I also want to be clear about one fact that cannot be ignored. Of course, the school district ensured that a background check was conducted before hiring Dr. Roberts. That is done for every person who is hired by the district, and periodic reviews are conducted on a regular basis for all current employees.
Okay. They say they did a background check, but they didn't find out that the guy had he was here illegally. They didn't find out he had a weapons charge from 2020. They didn't find out that he had lost 3 lawsuits and given poor ratings by his previous job at the superintendent in Pennsylvania. They didn't know. So he was given poor performance. He lost 3 lawsuits for sex, gender discrimination. I'm going to tell you more about that in a second because it's not what you think.
You got the bits, right?
And he was, yeah. And
after she talks, I mean.
Well, really quickly, Jimmy, I just want to point out that when I was a high school English teacher in any school district that you applied for and you were hired, you have to get your fingerprints done. So
first-time hires.
Evidently, they didn't do that with him.
So no, they didn't. First-time hires have to get a fingerprint, but apparently he didn't. So let's listen to some more.
On that point, I want to share the steps in the process that led to the hiring of Dr. Roberts. In December 2022, Des Moines Public Schools approved a contract with JG Consulting as the district's search firm to bring qualified superintendent candidates for our consideration.
So they hired a consultant firm to do their legwork for them, to vet this guy. You don't have somebody inside the school district that vets new hires? You have to go to an outside consultant firm, which to me also immediately sounds like a scam. I don't know if it is. But it's like, why do you got to take public money and give it to a private company? You guys don't know how to, do you do this for every hire?
And if they did, then all those hires are suspect.
Right. And if you did that for every hire, every one of those hires are suspect.
It's just patronage. A friend runs JG Consulting.
That's right.
Probably someone connected to the Obamas, like this bitch here. And then they then again do a favor for some illegal alien that they should have known better about. But they purposely didn't check the consulting. It's all favors. It's like the Deep South, oh brother, where art thou politicians, remember?
So when she says consultant, I'm pretty sure that's where the system broke down, right there.
Yeah.
The fact that it wasn't a problem to them proves any idiot or fugitive can be a school superintendent.
Yeah, that's why it's a patronage job, because any moron could do it. Also, when people talk about private industry being better than the state, is this better?
Is this better?
You hired a private consultant to do the work, and they didn't fucking do it.
And so now they have someone, now they have a scapegoat. So, oh no, we hired this private, so it's not me. It's these people who don't work for the state, who are a private company. They did it. Yeah. Anyway, here, and by the way, they did it all in secret. It was behind closed doors.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
that's the best part of privatizing things.
Right before I came on air, I read another article where it talked about how they did this in secret and private. It was an article from Des Moines.
Between January and the end of March 2023, the board worked with a search firm on a variety of issues related to the qualifications and characteristics of candidates for the position, as the search firm recruited potential candidates for consideration. Between April 11th and 13th, the school board conducted interviews with the candidates. On May 16th, the school board approved our first contract with Dr. Roberts, who began his role as superintendent on July 1st, 2023. As part of their work for DMPS, JG Consulting's contract included their obligation to disclose to the district all known information of a positive or negative nature regarding candidates for the superintendent position. That included having a comprehensive criminal, credit, and background checks conducted by a third party. In this case, the search firm used a company called Baker Eubanks to conduct the background check.
So now we're twice removed. So you have a school board who's in charge of hiring people. They outsource their background check to this company, who then outsources their further background check to another company.
Oh.
Yeah, so she's not stupid. She's a deliberate criminal liar, this piece of shit.
Okay.
So I want to make clear, she's not the dumb.
Well, she's
an
running
idiot.
she's running for Senate, Kurt. So yeah. Of course she's yes.
You need a lot of practice with cutouts and shit if you want to run for Senate, right?
Yes.
Found nothing related to citizenship or immigration matters related to Dr. Roberts. After his selection, Dr. Roberts then applied for his superintendent license with the Iowa Board of Educational Examiners. The state of Iowa issued a superintendent license to Dr. Roberts on July 11, 2023. This all came after a career of more than 20 years that Dr. Roberts spent as an educator and school leader in Pennsylvania, Missouri, Maryland, Washington, D.C., and New York. In addition, DMPS is cooperating with requests for information from the state of Iowa authorities and will continue to do so. Finally, we all need to cool down the rhetoric. We should promote true discourse and facts, not spread misinformation meant to divide us. Our elected officials need to behave like role models for our children. Enough with the name calling and misinformation that is meant to divide us. We are talking about human beings. Our kids are watching. They are online 24/7 on social media, on phones, and what they see right now is likely very difficult for them to process. While we work to address this personnel issue, we must continue to lift up our district, our students, and staff, and push back against hateful rhetoric against us.
Okay, so she wants you to stop criticizing her. So everybody shut up. Please, it's hateful. What you're doing is hateful. Hey,
Jimmy.
you screwed up, and this is what happens. You are a public servant. You 100% screwed up, and people get to criticize you, but you're going to now hide behind hate speech. It's hate. Oh, it's hateful. It's meant to divide us. No. It's meant to call you out and get you out of public service because you are a failure, as are the two women sitting next to you.
Ali Wong.
They're all failures because this happened on your watch. And you're ultimately responsible, not an outside third-party company.
By the way, Jimmy, it's not difficult for the students to process, and also it's not difficult for an adult to process.
That's right.
It's real clear what happened, you incompetent asshole.
That's exactly right. It's not hard to figure out what happened here. So here's what they said. So that was their statement on Saturday. On Friday, when it first came out, this is what they were saying. They were still lauding this guy as some kind of genius. Watch.
Is he a doctor? Because they keep saying doctor, and I have a feeling he might not be.
In the words of Dr. Roberts, if you paddle together.
Hey, hang on.
I also want.
So this is the head of the school board. This is the interim school superintendent.
In the words of Dr. Roberts.
Did you hear? In the words of Dr. He's quoting. So this is at a press conference. He's quoting the guy who just got arrested by ICE with an illegal gun. He's got an illegal gun charge still pending. He's got a direct order to deport from Joe Biden's immigration. And he lied on all his applications. He said he was a citizen. He lied. He lied about his education background. He lied about everything. And here they're still quoting him after he's been arrested.
I also want to be.
Watch this.
In the words of Dr. Roberts, if you paddle together, you will survive the tide. If you paddle alone, you will likely drown. As we move forward and learn more, we choose to paddle together.
What the hell does that mean? That means absolutely nothing. This is liberal claptrap. The guy's illegal. He lied to you to get hired. He had less than stellar reviews in his previous job in Pennsylvania, and all along he's been an illegal immigrant.
Yeah, Jimmy, you know what that is. He's going, we ought to stick together and defend my crimes.
Yeah.
Because you guys are in this with me because you hired me, so you're responsible.
Yes.
So we better, hang separately or stick together. What's the...
Yeah.
Before we begin, it seems fitting to take a page out of Dr. Roberts' book and ask the community to engage in radical empathy as we work through the situation together. Radical empathy is the recognition that we can disagree and still empathize with each other.
So their flex.
In the words of Dr. Roberts.
God damn it.
The respect of others' humanity. This concept will be essential as we wait to learn more. We do not have all the facts. There is much we do not know. However, what we do know is that Dr. Roberts has been an integral part of our school community since he joined over 2 years ago. During his time with our district, he has shown up in ways big and small and has advocated for students and staff and begun introducing concepts that will help us reimagine education for future generations of Des Moines students. Here is what we also know.
Okay, so that's what they were saying. So they were quoting from his book. They're calling him a hero who shows up. They're saying all these great things about him. And then the next day, they took away his license. So I guess it wasn't going well for them in the press. It wasn't going well for them on social media. This whole idea to rally around this criminal as that you let in illegally become the superintendent of your school district. The idea to rally around and turned out to be a bad idea. And then so that now they did that.
Wait, Jimmy. She
What?
goes radical empathy. We need to practice
Radical
which is
empathy.
when you
How about-
recognize someone's humanity, even though you disagree. There's nothing radical about that. That's just called empathy.
Yeah.
You maniac.
Yes.
And secondly, she has no empathy. She's a me-path. Radical me-pathy. Worry about me
Yes.
and me not going down.
Yes. So here's the order says the decision was made after, so to take away his license was made when they learned he no longer possessed legal presence in the United States. So he's here. What that means is he's here illegally. He didn't possess legal presence. That's a funny way to say he's here illegally. Under Iowa law, this means he's not able to hold a license issued by the board.
Illegal aliens can't run the public schools?
So Dustin Graves, he tweeted this out. He goes, sources close to the law firm representing the Des Moines Public Schools internally believe Superintendent Ian Roberts is in serious trouble. According to their own immigration attorneys, who are described as very liberal, Roberts lied on his I-9 about his citizenship. That's a form you have to fill out to get hired. And serious questions are being raised about the validity of his other credentials. Among the red flags, he carries a Maryland state ID available to certain visa holders, F, J, or M categories. His Social Security card was issued out of New York, and its validity is being questioned. And the kicker, his deportation order was issued in May 2024 by the Biden administration. A Democrat administration thought this man should have been deported. Now Democrats are painting him as a martyr of Trump's immigration.
Yeah.
Which
I don't blame him one bit, Jimmy. I blame that lady that hired him and is pretending like the only reason that they're coming out for him is to protect themselves because they fucked up.
Yes. So what is he a doctor of? Also,
Yeah.
I don't believe you that many people give a shit about the school superintendent.
That's fair.
Here we don't really even know we really don't know where he's from. Can you get that for me?
Yeah.
We really don't know where he's from. We can now confirm that the Des Moines superintendent, Ian Andre Roberts, has been registered as a Democrat since 2012 in Maryland. So, but he says, but I was reliably told by Democrats that this doesn't happen. What doesn't happen? That someone who's here and isn't a citizen, they say they don't vote. Well, it turns out he was a registered Democrat.
What's that picture from? That looks like a mugshot.
I think.
Why does he have that face?
I think that's from his mugshot from 2020. I think that's what that's from.
Okay, it looks like a mugshot for sure.
Yeah. So when he got picked up on a weapons charge in 2020, and if you're not a citizen, you're not allowed to have a weapon
Or vote.
or vote. And then he got caught again with another loaded gun in his car just last Friday when he got pulled over. So he's already been charged with a weapons charge. He's already been given an order of deportation because of it, and he's still carrying around an illegal loaded gun.
What is he a doctor of? Danger?
So the people in Des Moines, very bright people. I don't know if you could see the crowd makeup here. Back.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't believe them like that.
But listen to this. Listen to this. What is going on? So when this happened, people went and rallied, not because they were upset at the school board, but because they were upset that a guy who was lied to them repeatedly about his qualifications to be superintendent and is also a criminal and is also someone who Biden wanted to deport. They're upset that they arrested him. Watch this.
This crowd growing behind us as they are vocally demanding that Dr. Ian Roberts be released from custody.
Wow. Crowd growing behind us. They are vocally demanding that he be released from custody just because he has a foreign-sounding name like Dr. Ian Roberts.
That's his real name, Jimmy.
Doesn't mean he's immediately supposed to be flown back to Turduckistan. Ian Roberts. So
Turduckistan.
So can you imagine how brain dead you have to be to go and rally for some? So this is all people this is the woke mind virus, and that's all this is. This
the
isn't
last
because
of it.
They're not upset at the school board. They're not upset at the firms that were supposed to vet him. They're not upset that they got a legit criminal running their school district. They're upset that someone found out.
They're not upset that they're spending $300,000 a year on this guy's contract. He's a fraud.
Are they not supposed? So if you find out a guy, so you're not supposed to arrest a guy who has a deportation order from Joe Biden's administration?
Stop dividing us, Jimmy.
You're not supposed to arrest that guy? Here, it gets worse. Oh, we got to get going. He has a history. The board of DMPS doesn't care about students. So just to let you know, in his last job, he had 3 civil cases against him for gender discrimination by men. Men filed this lawsuit against him. All 3 lawsuits settled for the people suing. And they were saying that he was hiring women who were unqualified over men who were qualified. And guess what? The court agreed with them. Well, they agreed with them. The school district did, because they settled because they knew they were going to lose in court. So they settled not 1 time, not 2 times, but 3 times. 1 time they had to pay $87,000 to end the claim of gender discrimination that this guy oversaw. Here's the third, and then $66,000 in the third case. So Lauren Powell did a great breakdown of this, and Max, if you're watching, we'll get to you right. And just as soon as this is over. Court records show Robert's birth date as December 18th, 1970, but his original Wikipedia entry, created by an account that nearly matches a handle Robert uses, says he was born December 18th, 1978. And records from athletic competitions list his date of birth as December 18th, 1973.
Wait.
So we don't know. We don't know who this. We don't know when he was born. We don't know where this guy's actually from. Well, so Roberts is quoted in a 2020 referring to Guyana as his birthplace and saying that his father immigrated to the United States in the 80s and his mother came in the 2000s. But in 2024 local news story, he claims he was born in Brooklyn and raised by a single mother. His Facebook lists 2 secondary schools in Guyana as his alma mater. So he lied. He lied then. He was not born in Brooklyn. He was born in Guyana, which is why he's not a citizen, and which is why Biden administration ordered a deportation order.
Jimmy, I suspect doctors don't wear fuchsia suits either.
Yeah. Well, he's a doctor and an athlete. The newspaper clipping from Newsday on June 3rd, 1999, says that he came to the United States in 1994 to play soccer for St. Francis College in Brooklyn. His mom was still in Guyana, consistent with the version of the story that she came to the United States in the 2000s. The article says he was 23, assuming the December 18th birth date. That means he was born in 1975, 5 years after every official source. Another clipping from the Baltimore Sun in 1998 indicates he was a sophomore, despite apparently 4 years of college study at that point. Robert's LinkedIn lists a lot of universities, though notably the degrees are absent.
Oh, doctor.
Elsewhere, he claims 2 master's degrees and 2 doctorates, in addition to a bachelor's. I found some sources that claim he has a PhD, but I will presume these were honest errors. It appears he does have an ED degree from an online university. He also claims he did a postdoc at Harvard.
A what? An EDD?
Is that an education doctorate? Is that what that is? I'm guessing. During the years that Robert supposedly was earning numerous graduate degrees, he also claims to have been continuously employed as a teacher for a few years, then as a school administrator for almost 2 decades. His LinkedIn indicates that he was moonlighting as an executive leadership coach / chief thought partner for a private company since 2020, while he was superintendent for 2 different school districts. So he had a full-time job as a school district superintendent and another full-time job as the executive leadership coach, chief thought partner. That was 2 full-time jobs at once. This is real.
What?
Robert's official bio from his current employer, Des Moines Public Schools, states, while in the nation's capital, he was named the George Washington University's 2013 Washington, D.C. Principal of the Year. I have searched and cannot find any record of this award, nor can I find a record of George Washington University giving out a Principal of the Year award to anyone ever. Roberts was a principal at Anacostia High at the time, if any sleuths want to look in. So again, it's
groundbreaking.
One of Roberts' more interesting claims from his bio in 2009 self-published book is that he was a commissioned military officer and a police officer / detective.
Me too.
He dropped this service from his resume until 2022 when a run-in with law enforcement became public. After pleading guilty to violating Pennsylvania gun laws, he released a statement that insinuated the officer was motivated by racism and mentioned that he was a trained commissioned military officer with a wealth of experience in firearms training and safety. I found some indications that he was in the Guyana military, and this would explain the gap he had before entering college in the United States in 1995.
Weird.
More on Roberts' military service in a self-published book he wrote. He says he graduated from officer candidate school when he was 22 and then worked at security detail for Queen Elizabeth, her visit in 1994. Here is Roberts' merit certificate. It doesn't matter. As others have reported, the chair of the Des Moines School Board then hired Roberts was Michelle Obama's chief of staff. Roberts also met Michelle Obama when she was at the graduation speaker at a high school where he was the principal. That speech featured prominently in his self-published book. Ian Roberts was offered the position of superintendent of Mill Creek Township in Erie, Pennsylvania in May of 2020. School board minutes from the July show that they were struggling to ratify the contract because Roberts could not produce the documents necessary to obtain a letter of eligibility. In particular, he had not provided the necessary proof of his doctorate and had not completed the FBI check. An attorney advised them that they could use an alternate route to confirm his eligibility for the position. The plan was to employ him, and hopefully the FBI clearance would come through within 90 days. Roberts became superintendent in August of 2020, and I cannot find anything in the board's records that indicate whether they revisited this matter. So they knew that he couldn't prove he had a doctorate. He couldn't prove that he couldn't pass an FBI background check, and they hired him anyway. This was in Pennsylvania.
That's very strange, Jimmy.
He was a superintendent for 3 years. Each year, the board gave him a rating of meets expectations. The equivalent,
above and beyond.
That's equivalent of a grade C on their 5-point scale. His replacement has received a rating of outstanding, their top mark every. So when he was there, they gave him a bad rating, and the guy that replaced him the person that replaced him gets the top mark, outstanding. These poor ratings for Roberts came before the Des Moines board ever knew that he would make personnel decisions that would cost the district significant sums in their league. So Roberts is currently registered to vote in Maryland. When he registered in 2017, he reportedly had been working in St. Louis for years. There's no indication from his resume that he lived in Baltimore since he's registered to vote there.
I thought illegal aliens don't vote. It's a myth.
That's right. I can't believe I missed this before. After offering Roberts the position of superintendent in 2020, the Mill Creek board discussed the problem that he hadn't submitted proof of his doctorate. He didn't complete his dissertation until 2021. So he didn't have a doctorate when they hired him. He didn't even finish his dissertation until a year after they hired him.
Does he have it now?
Roberts was using a honorific doctor title for many years before he obtained his ED from an online, so his education doctor from an online university. In 2021, he used to claim to have a doctorate from Morgan State. Here is that claim made in a giant application. So he didn't
grant application.
So he didn't have a doctorate from Morgan State. He got it a year after he got hired as the superintendent in Pennsylvania from an online university.
Was it Trump University? Because that'd be really funny.
I confirmed that Roberts did obtain a master's degree from Georgetown. However, it was an executive master's in leadership designed specifically for school principals in D.C. It was a 1-year part-time course of study, not the 2-year full-time studies required for traditional masters. So it's mental, and now all the Democrats are rallying around this guy. But let's remember what Democrats used to say. We got to go.
All Americans, not only in the states most heavily affected, but in every place in this country, are rightly disturbed by the large numbers of illegal aliens entering our country. The jobs they hold might otherwise be held by citizens or legal immigrants. The public service they use impose burdens on our taxpayers. That's why our administration has moved aggressively to secure our borders more, by hiring a record number of new border guards, by deporting twice as many criminal aliens as ever before, by cracking down on illegal hiring, by barring welfare benefits to illegal aliens. In the budget I will present to you, we will try to do more to speed the deportation of illegal aliens who are arrested for crimes, to better identify illegal aliens in the workplace, as recommended by the commission headed by former Congresswoman Barbara Jordan. We are a nation of immigrants, but we are also a nation of laws. It is wrong and ultimately self-defeating for a nation of immigrants to permit the kind of abuse of our immigration laws we have seen in recent years, and we must do more to stop it.
So that's what Democrats used to say. They don't say that anymore. They're all for illegal immigration. I'm not on board with a lot of the stuff that Trump is doing or what the ICE is doing under Trump, but that's what they used to talk. And so you get Trump when you stop doing that. So you get this ICE when you stop doing that. When you have open borders, when you have the superintendent of Des Moines being an illegal alien and everybody here, everybody defending him who's a Democrat. It's mental. They have a rally for him. It's mental. If you want to hear me make fun of this, come see me this Thursday in Hermosa Beach. Then I'll be in San Francisco and Sacramento this weekend. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. We'll also see you in Irvine and Australia. Hey, flu season's here, and most people don't think about it until someone spikes a fever at midnight, and then you're scrambling to find urgent care and paying too much for meds you could have had at home. Be prepared now. That's why I like All Family Pharmacy. Unlike big chain pharmacies pushing flu shots, they believe in medical freedom and giving you real options. Stock up on essentials like Tamiflu, antibiotics, antivirals, and ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, and complete flu and sinus infection kits. Everything ships fast straight to your door with a doctor's prescription included. So instead of panicking last minute, you'll already have what you need at home. It's simple, smart, and it saves you time, stress, and money. And beyond the basics, they've got advanced biohacking products like NAD Plus for energy, methylene blue for focus, terzepatide for weight loss, and more for your overall health. Don't wait. Get prepared today. Go to allfamilypharmacy.com/Dore and use the code DORE10 to save 10% on your order. Come see me on tour in Hermosa Beach, Sacramento, San Francisco, Irvine, California, Australia, and Burbank, California. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.